Welcome back to my channel. It's so good to have you with me today. If it's your first time, I welcome you. Welcome. It's so good to have you with me. If you're a regular, thanks for coming back. So today I'm making my signature pilau. Who doesn't love a good pilau? I think any Trinbagonian loves pilau. And let's get right into it. So I have all my ingredients already laid out. You can see I have my seasonings there. I have some thyme, some curry, some salt, some all-purpose, a mixture of stuff I like to use. Have my carrots, my chopped green seasoning. That would be a mixture of like pimento. I would have some pimento, garlic, shadon, beni, parsley, chives, onion, that kind of thing. And I also have some hot pepper in there as well. So I have my chicken. It has already been washed and cleaned. I limed it out really good, washed and cleaned it. And my rice has already been washed. What I do for my rice is I like to soak it in some water while I'm waiting on it to go into the pot. And what it does, it absorbs all that water and it makes the rice cooks easier. So I'm just seasoning my meat here. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. So I mixed it up and it's looking so juicy, so yummy. One thing I like to do when I'm doing stew chicken especially, I like to ensure I have a lot of seasoning on the meat, because you're going to flavor a whole big pot of rice, peas. So you need to ensure that the meat is seasoned really good from the get-go. A lot of juices in there, make that season nice and yummy. And you're probably wondering why my season looking so yellow. Well, one, the season is really green, and I put curry in there. I love to put curry in anything. Some people think curry is only for when you're cooking curry food or Indian delicacy, but curry can go in anything really, because curry is a mixture of spices as we know it, jeera, masala, different things mixed together, and it really makes the pilau taste good. So I'm burning the sugar here, and a tip, burning sugar is so important. Some people may say, why are you burning the sugar? Why don't you just use browning? When you burn the sugar, you get really an authentic smoky flavor, and that brings out the flavor of the pilau. That sets the tone for the pilau. So let me just get back into that point about the browning. There's some browning that would not give you that smoky flavor that you want. It will just give you the color. And if you can't burn sugar, you can definitely use that, but it's best if you burn the sugar from scratch. Or you can just, what I sometimes do is I burn the sugar in advance and I would bottle it so I can always pour it in when I need to. Yeah, to each his own, whatever makes you happy and comfortable. So the chicken is nicely browned already. Coating is looking good. The color is looking nice. You have to ensure that you get a really good color from the browning stage when you're burning the sugar, because that has to carry the color all throughout the cooking. So if you have a really light color browning in the beginning, it would affect the color of the pilau at the end. So the key is to ensure that you have a nice dark color. Don't overburn the sugar, but ensure that you can still keep that color at the end, because remember, you're going to be adding water, so you're going to break down that color as it progresses. So I'm adding in my peas, carrots, and all the other ingredients here that needs to go in at this stage. So I'm putting in my rice first. Some persons put their water in first and then the rice after. I prefer to put the rice in first. The reason for that being is when the meat is in the pot, the peas, the carrot, all the veggies, and then you put water and then you put the rice after, you can overestimate the amount of water, and then you would have a really soggy, sappy as we know in pilau. So when I put the rice in before the water, it helps me to determine how much water I would have to put in. That way I can control the end product of the pilau. So that's just a tip that you can use. Try it by putting in the rice first, then put the water after. So I'm adding all the liquids that I need to put in, for example the coconut milk, that kind of thing, so that I would know my liquid stage, how much I should put in. So I just rinsed out the bowl that I used the coconut milk in and stuff like that with some green seasoning, pour it in. And so that's my water I'm putting. That's all the water I put. You really just want to cover the rice. I add some ketchup in there and I'm going to stir this up. Remember, the chicken would also spring water, or as they say, release water. That's a Trinidad to make it a term, spring water. But it would just release water, so you don't want to overdo it. If you like your pilau on the really wet side, well then fine, add some more. But this is how I like it at this point, just to barely cover it enough. So I'm just adding in some seasoning, some dried thyme, my bay leaf, the carrots, and I'm going to let this sit and go. I'm going to cover it so it can get to cook really nicely. So I would have covered it for a little bit. That was off camera there. So this is bubbling up now, and the kitchen has transformed. The smell in the kitchen, the aroma, it's just so good. You know, you want to eat it, that is not yet finished, but you have to wait. Yeah. You know, I had to change the spoon here because I had the plastic spoon before, which is kind of like a silicone spoon, and it wasn't doing me justice at all. So the grains are looking different, but it's clearly not finished yet. So I like how it's coming together so far. As you can see here, that the water is clearly reducing. How much liquid was in the pot is clearly not what is there now. There's still more there that the rice would have to plump up some more, because the rice is fully not to the place where it needs to be. So we're going to let this cook for another 10-15 minutes maximum, so it will come to the right texture. So you can see here, it's bubbling. I want you to hear the sound. You know, you can just know that it's happening here. And I just added some more green seasoning here. That's just at the end. Some thyme, some black pepper, just to give it that final kick. It's nearly finished, and a few minutes has elapsed. You will not see it in this time, but you know, it has elapsed and it's nearly finished. You can see a lot of the water that was there has been it's already you know, it's gone already basically, because the rice would have soaked that up. Some would have you know, evaporated because of the heating process. And the granules of the rice is looking really good. It's plump the way I like it, fully cooked, and it tastes great. So I tasted it, and you can see here it looks wonderful, and it's basically finished. And you know, I can't wait to dig into this. And I served this with some avocados. I didn't get to do coleslaw, you know, that's like, oh my gosh, but it was truly amazing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, comment, share it, and also subscribe. Thanks for viewing, guys. Love you all so much. Mwah.